All right, so let's look at oil. I want to go over this trade setup because it's very important for you to understand this. Let's go over to crude oil. Gerald, look at crude. Okay, let's look at crude this morning. If you haven't played my conference call last night yet, play my conference call. It's about 30 minutes to 45 minutes. I discussed double arrows last night. Okay? I discussed double arrows. And the double arrows I discussed came up this morning on crude oil. All right, this is a very, very neat setup. What I noticed over the past 20 plus years in all markets, I actually went over this in the room. I had an indicator off of the TradeStation charts that would plot also. And actually, when we got a lot of group of traders together, we got a bunch of traders together that got together in Fort Lauderdale, we actually went over this setup. It's when I get a doji and a spinning top that come together, you get a nice possible big move that's going to possibly occur. So when you get these two arrows that pop together like this, that happened on crude oil. I went over this last night. I talked about it for about 5 minutes last night on the conference call that's recorded. When those guys come together, look at the market explode. It just exploded $600 per one contract. This is a scenario when you get this on your own system, J-signal on your own system. By the way, Gerald's putting it on some traders in the room. The next couple days, we're making sure we got everything done. And so we're getting close to send that out to everybody. You know who you are, traders in the room, that we're putting it on your system. We're going to run it. Make sure you give good feedback to Gerald. That would be great. And so we can get this out to you. But the double arrow, look for a big move when you see it on all time frames. What it is, to make sure you understand, it's a doji and spinning top. Does everybody see how that's together, the doji and spinning top? That's what I was talking about last night. You see this? Give me a Y if you understand this. You see the doji and spinning top are right together, right at the fib dot? It's got to be right on the fib dot. The doji and spinning top right together. What I've done is I added a double arrow technique. If you see double arrows fire off, look for a big move. And I'm talking in all markets right across the board. It's the same exact setup. Really dynamic setup. Okay? So the best arrows to take are with 5-minute trend, unless you can only counter guys with these market profile levels right here. It's the only time you can counter with arrows. So we only had 2 trend trades this morning on crude oil. The 5-minute trend is up. Now, if you want to put the 5-minute trend filter over top of J signal, you can do that. I have it built into the parameters. You can see the 5-minute trend filters over here. We're definitely up, so there's no shorts on crude oil at all. Zero. Absolutely none. Only longs. We had a double arrow buy that shot the market like a rocket ship straight up. And then we had a pullback buy so far. Now, market profile had broken out above HVA, so it indicated we're going higher. Then we had a retracement, and we got a continuation. Remember, once you get in, you can use these symmetry dots to scale. There's your scale and your symmetry dots, okay? So very neat way how to do it. Very neat way how to do that. All right? If we look over at, go over to gold real quick, Gerald. I want to go over a couple things on gold real quick. Gold, we had a beautiful short this morning off the large time frame. I'm going to show you how neat the arrows are, why the arrows are built in. All right, here's the gold short. Right there at 7:45 when you start trading in the morning, 7:45. Thanks for coming to work. I mean, this is pre-news coming out, unemployment claims coming out here in 4 minutes. Thank you for coming to work. Huge short on gold. 04 fill all the way down to 99.5. Another $400 per one contract. It nailed exactly the exact bar. You must put the 5 and 3 sim beside each other. Okay? What's neat is we have the trend change here. Never had a buy signal over here or here because no arrow. If no arrow comes up, guys and gals, that means it's not in an Elliott wave cycle. Your safest bet is to wait for the arrow. You can see we had fib dots here. Never closed below though, did it? Never closed below. So there's no arrow. Don't overcomplicate this. Don't overthink the system. I've seen some of you guys on the 3 sim right here saying, why didn't the arrow come up? Why didn't the arrow come up? It's not an Elliott wave cycle. This is a mess. It's a mess right there. It's not Elliott wave cycle. So if you're going to take the ones without arrows, just make sure you know where your stops are at. Just make sure you get in. You can get in with the close below the low, but you better make sure you're aware that you got to close yourself out if it closed above the swing high. And what happened was it was right on top of the line of sand, so you had a real small stop anyway. But if there's no arrow, it's not part of the Elliott wave cycle. Do not overthink that. All right? Don't try to be smarter than the market. Don't try to be smarter than the algorithm. The algorithm is built in to catch these cycles. All right? So don't try to outthink it. You start trying to outthink it, you're going to get more stops. Okay? Go over to back to crude oil, Gerald. So we've got to make sure we understand that. It's an arrow-based system, guys and gals. It's like the Russell 2000 also. The Russell 2000 had a huge short this morning. Real big one off the 5 Simrenko. So make sure you put the 5 and the 3 beside each other. But I can't tell you enough. When you get double arrows, guys, right here. Double arrows, look for an extended move in the market. Double arrows possibly mean a big extended move in the market. It's a new feature that I added, and it is a beautiful thing. All markets it works on. Okay?